that the momentum is building. We'll get this thing to 4,000, then 5, and then 10, and then 15, and then 20, and then 30, and so on. And as we do that, the impact, because of the credibility that we're building, I'm going to actually share my screen because I want to show you guys some of the tokens that we've already reviewed. Now, we've been only reviewing tokens for 2 weeks now, right? So just a little, probably 15 days, maybe 16 days. But we can go look up and see what's been the performance. And most of the tokens that we're doing will be 2 or 3 months from now is when they'll really run. But what we can do is here is, because, you know, proof is in it. And you can actually go back and watch the videos again, and you can see the where the project was at when we called it and had this video. So this is an interesting one. This is Acno Ledger. Acno Ledger, phenomenal project. They're getting ready to release some new news, but this actually went up to here. You could have exited it. This would have been a 10x return on what it was the day of the token price. Still today, it's up 400%. So if you would have watched the video, done your own research, got into the token, right now you'd be up 400% on this token as it sits right now today. We can go here to Forest Night, another token we did quite a couple weeks ago, right? It was one of the earlier ones that we did. This token was at 0.018 when we did the video. It's at 0.069 right now. So that is a good, 3+ X return, almost 4X return, right? So 4X would be 72. This is at 69. So it's almost a 4X return. I'm not done yet, though. We're going to go look at Gcoin today. So Gcoin, and I haven't went to look and see what the market cap is when we actually did the video, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't this high. If it was, I can go out 1 month and we can see that, it could be somewhere right in here that we did the video. I don't know the date on when we purchased it, when we bought the video, but we can go look at that. But this is starting to climb here. This token right here, Galaxy, over the course of it, Galaxy Fight Club. These are game tokens. They have huge potential. I can show you another token. This one we started buying before we did the review, but I want to show you what a game token can do from where it can go from to where it can, if you know the right game tokens. There's thousands, tens of thousands of them out there. Matter of fact, if somebody tried to do this on their own without and having to do massive research on this stuff, I would say that they're going to lose money 75% of the time, make money 25% of the time in here. So this is a token that we got involved with before we started doing videos back here in early December. But you can see where this token went to. This was a huge climb up here from 0.004. So you're going to drop it 4 and then 4 times. So this is a 30 or 40x right here in this period of time. And this token right here went from about $500,000 up to $22 million market cap it sits out right now. But here at the top, this was probably a 30 or $40 million market cap, almost double, right? So almost a $44 million market cap. So that would have been, 60, 70x from when we got involved in the token, doing the basic overview that we do, and then you do your deeper research. And this is just the beginning. Here's one that we actually missed. We didn't get the video out soon enough. It's one we were going to do put his D in his. This is one that, has run pretty darn good. We didn't get a video out in time before it ran. But this token here has run from, a decent amount. So guys, we're finding real projects. And that's the reason for, you said, why would somebody want to get involved in nexWeb3? This research alone, okay, this was at 4 cents, okay, 0.004, sorry, 0.4 of a cent. This is when I got involved in it back here, guys. It's at 0.017 right now. That's a 4x return just on this run right here on that one. And I don't believe this is done. I believe this is going to go to 150, $200 million market cap, which means this is another 100x from here, which means that from when I got involved with this token and I purchased it, that's a 400x return. I put 400 bucks in there. You guys can do the math. 400 bucks, 400x is $160,000 possible return. So why would I buy a $1,500 NFT? One of those projects, guys, would more than just us doing that work, would more than pay for the membership many, many times over. And we've only been doing videos for 2 weeks, guys. I just showed you 3 videos that we published that have all done pretty well. Out of, what are we at? 28 videos right now, guys? I think 28. So we're almost at
34.
34. But yeah, but 4 of them just went out today, right? So they're just,
Yeah, so 30.
doing the last 2 days. So 30 of them. So that's 10% of our videos have already 2x'd, 3x'd, or more, right? Just 10% of them right there. Well, so let's say we do over the next year 300 or 600 videos over the next year. A 10% success rate is 60 videos. And again, I don't think any of the ones I just showed you are done running yet. I believe they haven't even gotten started yet on running. So that means you can start to look at. Now, let me go back here, guys, because I want to show you guys what it takes for us to do this research, okay? So we're going to go here to CoinMarketCap. There are over 2 million tokens right now on a level, but on CoinMarketCap, it's about 30,000 tokens, okay? So in order for you to be able to find one of these projects, you're probably going to have to look at 50 to 60 projects. And what do I mean by look at them? You have to actually click on it, open them up. You have to go look and see at their website. You got to go look at their Twitter pages. You've got to go and keep digging into it. And that's the first phase of research. So think about having to spend the time to go through 30, 40, 50 tokens. We're not getting lucky here, guys. It's research, deep research. And then once the team, so Sharona, Jan, Rhonda, Corey, Dawn, all 5 team members have been researching tokens. Once they research them, they put them on a document. Then I personally go look at each and every single one after they've taken it from 150 down to 20 projects or 15. Then I go in and sort that down to more than likely 3 projects at the most out of 100 projects. Guys, do you understand that it would be a full-time job for you to do this on your own? A full-time job. And I know most of you guys are already, holders of one of our Avagamis. But how do you sell an Avagami? Guys, one Avagami, $1,400 Avagami, gives you every video that we're doing. I would say that over the next year, that is going to be between $100,000 and $250,000 in research. Actual dollars to pay Sharona, pay Jan, pay Rhonda, pay Corey, pay Dawn, right? Pay other people that we have involved with this to help produce and get this thing done. At least $100,000 to $250,000 in hard dollars spent in order to find the 300-400 projects, whatever it is, for you to then go do your own research, figure the 30 or 40 or 50 that you want to get involved with, and have a good portion of those 10x, 50x, 100x. I would bet anybody on here 100 grand that we have a token over the next year that 1,000x's. That 1,000x's that we do the initial research on. You got to go do your own homework. You got to decide. I'm not a financial advisor, but what I am able to do is go find projects that have teams behind them, that have made progress towards it, that have enough, at least, assets like a Twitter account and all that stuff to be able to do that. And luckily, I have 5 full-time people that can go sort through it. So then I can then refine it from there. And we're just getting started, guys. As we build momentum with the resources and moving stuff forward, we'll expand the team. We'll get more stuff going. That is just the research on tokens. What about opportunities for people you to get in tokens before they even launch? That's a possibility with the growth of Nexus. So you've got the token research that we're doing where they can get in and maybe 4 and 10 and 20 and 500 and 300x. And then you've got the getting into tokens beforehand, especially now that we're building a channel. If you want to know where the token influencers make their money, it ain't from, views on YouTube. That makes you a little bit of money. Not from sponsorships. That does okay. It's the projects coming to them and saying, hey, we'll allow you to invest and be part of what we're doing. Well, if we go, hey, we don't only have a YouTube channel, but we have a community over here and a DAO. This DAO has resources sitting in the DAO. It can as well invest in the project, and then the community members then will come behind it and support that project. Is this making sense, guys? Because it is a clear pathway. It is so clear that this is what we're building with nexWeb3 is a wealth-producing machine. And anybody who is into Web3 should be saying, okay, I get it, and be able to get this in front of people and then have them go, yeah, I understand it. Now, we're going to revamp things a little bit. We had an idea brought to us, and phenomenal idea, along with Mark. They brought us an idea and a concept of changing things around. Right now, trying to sell an NFT, an Avagami, is maybe tough. So what we're thinking about doing is packaging this together with a $200 package, and then it will have a $50 Avagami in it, which then will have the benefits of that. The other 150 will build other benefits around it, mainly around education, being able to move people forward, maybe getting you on a Zoom in that package for 30 minutes and help walk you through 3 airdrops, right? So those 3 airdrops would way more than pay off the entire amount that it cost for the Avagami and that. So these are some of the ideas I've been pitching around. So if you bought a $500 package, you would have a $200 Avagami, and maybe they get you on for an hour and they're going to walk you through 6 airdrops, right? They're going to tell you what you need ahead of time, how much crypto you need, where you need that. If you need to get set up, we set you up as well. It comes with some educational stuff with you, and we basically just get you set up. Guess what? Those 6 will more than get you back the entire $500 off of it, with 1 or 2 of those airdrops being successful, and so on, all the way up the line. So it would come with one-on-one instructional on doing the airdrops. It would come with an Avagami, and it will come with an educational course on cryptocurrency. So the $200 one is a basic course, the $500 one more advanced, the $1,000 one, which has the $500 Avagami in it, or $1,500, whatever we end up doing it at, and so on, all the way up the line. And you don't have to do all the airdrops at once. If you bought a $5,000 package, let's say, and it had the $1,500 Avagami in it, you could schedule 5 different sessions, walk you through 3 airdrops, 3 airdrops, 3 airdrops, 3 airdrops, 3 airdrops, and boom, now you're in 15 airdrops that you were walked through step by step by step by step, exactly what you had to do. Now you are qualified to receive that airdrop. Let's say that airdrop, or let's say they're $200 each, and just a loan, 15 of them, you got $3,000 to your $5,000 back. And as well, you got all the other benefits. The utility of using NSI, which we're going to tie to. NSI, guys, in the next few weeks will be tied to these reviews that we're doing on YouTube. So you will be able to, any token right now that's on the Binance Smart Chain, you will be able to go in, that we do a token review in. You'll be able to set up your NSI account and go, oh, I want to trade Forest token. Go set up this grid in NSI. And you don't have to worry about missing if it runs up. And this goes up to here. A matter of fact, I can't wait for it to happen. Why? Because it could have exited me out of Forest Night up here, and I could have bought back in down here, and I would be better positioned. So I could actually put my $200 in here, right? Let it run up because it's managing it for me. It kicks out. Now I have $100 or $300 in profit. Now guess what? It's going to buy back in down in here somewhere, and then so on and so on. And I keep accumulating more than what I even start with. Then when it makes that 100x run, maybe my $100 became $600, and then it goes off to the moon. And now all of a sudden I'm sitting on $60,000 from $100, right? Now, again, not financial advice, no guarantees. It's, this is all risky, right? All investments are risky. And, I know that back in the day, people would have told you in 2007 that real estate wasn't risky, but I can show you a lot of people who lost everything they had with their unrisky real estate, right? In the 2008 crash. So there's risk in all investment. What we're trying to do is limit it or mitigate it by not just going, oh, my friend Joe told me to get in this token. So you go ape into it and then it crashes the next day. We're actually doing the work, the homework to do the best that we can to see these things run. There's some other ones we're going to be coming out with, guys, that are coming out right now. AIT malls, right? And right now, getting your videos a day early, maybe it has a small advantage to it. But I'm telling you, we get to 10,000, 15,000 subs. And the difference is this. You get the video on Monday. It goes out to the community to the YouTube community on Tuesday. You can end up buying that token 8, 10, 12, 14% cheaper. That doesn't sound like a lot of money, does it? Try 14% multiplied by 150x. And you tell me that there's not a huge difference in those numbers. And make the difference between living on, a regular street and living in a beautiful neighborhood pretty easily and very quickly. And of course, when we get the channel to 50, 60, 70, 80, 100,000 people, and I'm 100% confident that we will build it because we're seeing right now already the results. The gentleman, Joe, who's helping us build the channel, he's built a lot of these channels. And he's looking at the results we're getting, and he's going, Peter, you just don't understand. He goes, dude, shortly we're going to be bringing in 100 subs a day, 200, 300 subs a day, not 30, because I get excited on 30, right? It's like, hey, we moved up 30 today. Wow, that's inside. No, once we grab momentum, and we can see it already. We started with 15, 16 days ago with 2 or 3 subs a day coming on board. And now we're getting to 20, 30 subs a day. And that's just in a short period of time. Our videos are great. Look, we got some good-looking presenter there that's presenting all those videos over there, right? Can I get an amen on that? Give me a 1 if we have like this handsome presenter that's over there doing all these videos. Have you guys, who's on here has been watching these videos? Give me a 2 if you're watching the videos. 2 if you're watching the videos. Yeah. And are they good? Get real opinion, guys. Is it good? Can you stand me for 13 minutes? Right? I got to tell you guys, I've watched other YouTube presenters, and after like 8 minutes, I'm done, right? I'm just done. I can watch mine. Now, maybe that's because I'm a little bit, what do they call that? Partial, right? It's like if one of my kids did, it's like, wow, it's wonderful. Even though it's just some finger painting or something like that. Rusty can only go 12.5 minutes. Jan, you're going to have to get the edits down to 12.4 so Rusty will watch the whole things.
Okay. We'll get it done.
All right. No videos over 12.4. Hey, how'd you guys like the interview with Divi? Oh, my goodness, guys. We're going to talk about Divi here. Guys, these are the relationships that we have. right? We have an existing relationship with Divi. So if anybody's ever tried to take crypto from crypto to your banking account and you need it right away, there's only one place I know of to do it, and that's Coinbase. Might be some other ones. But if you did $1,000, you moved it from crypto to Coinbase, you're going to have to send the $1,000 first to Coinbase so that you're going to have a gas fee there. Then you're going to have to sell it on Coinbase. There's going to be a fee there. And then you're going to have to transfer it. If you don't want to wait a day to 3 days and you need it instantly, then you're going to pay on $1,000 like $30 or $40, $50 in fees. What Divi has built and they're testing right now, guys, $1 plus gas fees. You can transfer $1,000. You can transfer $5,000, $3,000 for $1 plus the gas fees. Unfreaking believable. Wait a minute. I can make 20 grand in crypto and take 3,000 of that and have that in my account instantly. They have their own blockchain that they're starting to make some progress on. Well, it's good to have friends that own blockchains, right? Proprietary technology. These are relationships that we bring to the table in nexWeb3. Once we get enough people and we form this DAO, guys, I am telling you, we will build one of the most powerful DAOs on the face of this earth, because community is commerce and we understand this market. You know what they call a savant when they sit down and they can just play the piano with no lessons? That's me and the blockchain, guys. It's me and the blockchain. We are symbiotic, me and the blockchain, right? Me and Web3, we're symbiotic. I understand it from a core. I don't need somebody to explain it to me. I can look at a project. We can look at it and say, hey, here's some fundamentals. It's second nature. I don't have to struggle to do it. That is what nexWeb3 gets. The people that know what they're doing. A community as we build it and move it forward. How grateful would your friends be if you said, hey, check this out. Now, remember, the price is going to go up, guys, to get in this thing. In 2 weeks, it won't be $50. The minimum package is going to be $200, right? Right now, they can just get an NFT and they're in. And in 2 weeks, it's going to be $200. That's the starting point. And to get a $1,500 Abigami, they're going to need to spend $5,000, okay? So it's about to change. But the value will be there for all of it. We'll do videos on all these airdrops that we're talking about, right? Boom, airdrops. So you'll be able to follow the videos. But in the new packages, you'll actually get walked through it. A person will get on with you and say, okay, open your wallet, go to this site, and they'll walk you step by step by step by step by step through these, almost doing it for you. They're not doing it for you because we don't take control of people's computers, but they're going to walk you through it step by step by step by step by step by step. They should be able to get you through 3 airdrops in about 30 minutes for most of people. And those alone will generate. I got to tell you, I believe that if you get dialed in with airdrops, you could make $50,000 to $100,000 this year in 2024. How many people on here would put, let's say that would take 10, 15 sessions to get all the airdrops in over the next year. How many people on here would pay $50 10 times, that's $500, plus put maybe $500 in crypto into the projects, right? In staking and fees and all that stuff to make 50 to 100 grand. How many people on here would do that? How many people do you think you know? Put in a number, like I know 8 people, like 40 people, like 12 people that would like to put in maybe $500, 5 hours, and over that create $50,000 to $100,000 in income. That's nexWeb3, guys. That's the vision that we have for building it. And I think that is the goal. Marty knows one person and it's her, right, Marty? Just one. But that's all it takes. One person gets it all started, right? Every line starts with one person. Every crowd starts with one person. Every win starts with the first one, right? So it's all about one. If you already have an Avagami, do you need to buy another Avagami to get the step-by-step walkthrough on the airdrops? No, what you'll be able to do if you already have an Avagami, you'll be able to use the Avagami that the utility that you have sitting there on it to cover it. And we'll figure that stuff out, guys, as we go through the process. There is a cost to it, right? The person walking you through needs to get paid so they can pay their bills and do all that stuff. So there is a physical cost to every single session that will be done by a walkthrough person. And these can't just be, $2 an hour person over in India or something, right? These are people that understand blockchain, that have learned and went through some training in order to walk you through the steps. So but again, guys, think about this. You're not learning to learn. You're learning to earn as you go. Sorry about that, guys. As you go through it, by the time you're done with it, you're qualified for an airdrop. And look, with Divvy, you could get the airdrop, sell it that day, and transfer the money to your banking account. This is real money, guys. This is not some fake ethereal thing that's out there. Literally, you are doing the work to earn digital assets that can easily be converted into cash. Like if I took a $100 bill out of my wallet and I said, okay, give me $50. We're going to get on the phone for 30 minutes. And when we're done with it, I'm going to give you this $100 bill. Do you guys, how many people do you think would do that? You're going to give me $50. I'm going to put you on for 30 minutes and I'll give you a $100 bill. That's what we're talking about. There are people, I'm almost mad at myself, guys. There are people that are making 6 figures a year on airdrops. But it takes a lot of research and a lot of time to figure it out. One of the people we just reviewed some stuff on, they reviewed 600 possible airdrops to come up with 15 of them. So this is time-consuming stuff, and it's why I know that most people out there, the vast majority of people, are going to lose money in Web3. Web3 is going to be the biggest transfer of wealth in human history, and most people, even ones that tried to make it happen, they put effort, time, energy into it, are going to lose money on it because there's too much out there for one person to figure it out. Even if you said, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go watch YouTube videos. I'm going to watch Peter on YouTube. I'll get some advice. That's one aspect of it. You could spend 30 hours a day out of 24 hours because you can watch 2 at one time maybe. Speed it up. Do a 1.25 so you can get in 30 hours in 24 hours. Just don't sleep. And you still would not be able to really figure out the best pathway through. You could be the most physically in shape, smartest person, great rock climber. You're still not climbing Mount Everest by yourself. You're going to get some Sherpas. You're going to get a guide. You're going to get somebody who's already been there and done it several times. That's the way you climb the mountain, and that's the way you survive. And it's exactly the same way in Web3. You must have a Sherpa. You must have a guide. You must have a community that you're working with. That is how you maximize the benefits of Web3. Community is commerce. Not community might be commerce. Not community can be commerce. Community is commerce. And I don't know of another community like us. None, zero. I know some groups that get together and they invest together and they do things together, but that's not what we're building here, guys. We're building a real community that will work together for one common purpose. That is the increased digital wealth of each and every single member. I'll say that again. It is one narrow focus. The increase of digital wealth of every single member. That's what we exist for. That's what we're building. And I know sometimes it's hard to get people to say, because we're not talking about tomorrow, but we do have tomorrow. We have commissions. Sell an Avigami, get a commission. Sell an Avigami, get a commission. I can tell you we've taken our commissions that we made on Avigamis and we've more than doubled them on tokens. We've doubled our commissions. We made twice as much money on selling the Avigamis. You could do the same thing. I want you to think about that. You earn, let's say you have somebody buy a $200 package and you get a $40 commission on that. You could take that and let's say you put that in Acno Ledger 2 weeks ago. You could have sold it at a 10x return, $400. Or if you held on to it right now, it'd still be worth $160. Wait a minute, you only sold a 200 Avigami and now it's worth $160, right? It's like almost 100% commission on it. And we're showing you, you have to do your own research. We're telling you, here are the tokens that have possibility. So all you've got to do is just get on board and just take action and follow along. So hopefully this gives people a clear picture of where we're at. So will this help our original True Badger investment, kind of waiting for that over the last few years versus more investment in several new and different projects? Look, guys, I'm going to be really honest with you right now. We have spent more money on moving True Badger forward than anybody on here has invested in it. Okay? No one has more in it than us. We have built a massive amount of resources behind it. It wasn't us. It wasn't the investment. It was the market. The entire market went from 3 trillion to 600 billion, 800 billion. The entire crypto market compressed, just like all the other tokens that we're looking at right now. In everything we do, and I've said this several times, everything we do leads back to the original projects that we've started with. We've never abandoned a single one. Every single one of them, we are still moving forward and pushing forward. So if you just want to wait for True Badger to go, great. It's going to go. 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, I don't know when. But it's going to go. And then at that point, you can say yes. Or you can say, okay, I got that one sitting there and I've got it waiting. Now what I'm going to do is engage in the community here and get involved in some new stuff and help move it forward. So you can sit on the sidelines, and I'm okay with that. Love you just as much, right? Love you just as much. Or you can say, you know what? Let me roll up my sleeves. Let me put 20 more bucks in, or 40 more bucks in a token. 20 bucks in Acno Ledger right now is worth 80 bucks. Again, you could sell that and buy some more True Badger. Cost average down. I'm buying True Badger right now myself. I'm the largest holder on this planet of True Badger, and I'm buying more. Why am I buying more? Because I can buy it at a lower price right now than what I'm in it from before. And that's cost averaging. That is investing 101. If you believe in a project and it was at $1 and now it's at $0.10, then you better buy some at $0.10. I do it right now. If I get into a token for 40, 50 bucks and it goes down 50% and I still believe in the economics of it, I'm buying another $20, $30, $40 worth. at a lower price. Me and Jan just did that on 10. 10 was $100,000 market cap, went up to 140, came back down to 60,000. I doubled my bags at half the price. And then guess what? It went back up to 150. And now it's sitting down at about 90 or $100,000 market cap. I'm up on the stuff I paid 100 for that I bought at $100,000 market cap. Why? Because I bought more at 60. Before, when it went up to 150, I was up a little bit. Now when it goes to 150, I'm way ahead, or 200 or 300 or 500. And when it goes to 15 or 50 million, then I'm really ahead. So guys, this is something that it's not a, hey, let me do one thing and then sit and wait. This is a marketplace. Web3 is expanding and growing. There's new projects that are coming out. There's new things that are happening. And if you want a big piece of it, then you've got to keep up with it. And you've got to say, hey, here's where I can do a little bit here and there. Even $5 or $10. A lot of these are on the Binance Smart Chain. $5 in Acno Ledger 3 days ago was worth 50 bucks. Could you have bought your 5, sold it for 50, and now took that 50 now and put it into another project? Let that go to 200. Put in another project. You're not even trying to ride these things up. I didn't sell any of my Acno Ledger. Why? I'm going to ride this sucker all the way up to it gets. I believe it's a $20, $50 million project. And so I'll hang in there for right now. And still up 4x though on my bags. I'm still doing well. So again, each person needs to make those decisions themselves. Some tokens are already starting to run, some aren't. And that's not up to us at this point. That is up to the marketplace. All I know is we keep showing up every day, keep working towards making these projects work. And I don't care if you talk about Crypto Gods has assets that are just waiting for the right time. Insights, we've continued to build that software like crazy. And it's, we just need to find the right marketing partner to go out there and put a lot of people in it. We were hoping it was nexWeb3, but if it's not, we'll find that. That product right there should have 100,000 people trading on it right now, which will drive that token through the roof. Safufied has assets that are its own assets, other projects that are waiting for those projects to go into the marketplace. And at that time, it'll have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in assets, resources to then build new projects, build new things, and move the projects forward. None of this stuff is done for free, guys. Every single person needs to pay, they've got to get paid. They got to pay their bills, right? So we don't have anybody on the team that can work for free. So we need resources to move things forward. And when the market dropped, guess what? All the resources, the resources of all the projects were in what? The native token. It was in True Badger token. So when it went from 40 million down to less than 2 million, guess what? The resources were depleted. And if we sold those resources, we would have drove the market cap down more. Instead of we held on to them and we've just made it work on what we've done and what we've put together. So I'm proud of the team for doing that and moving this thing forward and making it happen, guys. But we're not close to quitting here at this point. We're just getting warmed up. We made it through 2 years of a bear market. Most projects didn't make it. We know, we've been researching. Dead project, dead project, dead project, dead project, dead project. You find them, the entire coin market cap is littered with them because so many people couldn't make it through this bear market to get to where we're at right now. But we've built resources, assets that in time will become extremely valuable, I believe, in a digital sense. And from that, we will build massive wealth and move things forward. I got to tell you guys, there's nobody that hurt more than us if I would have had 4 more months of a bull run, we would have been set to make this 2-year bear market a breeze. But we were about 4 months too short on the November 5th, 2 years ago, right? Was just ugly. You know, that was a day that I wish never happened, right? I wish that day would have happened 4 or 5 months later. However, I do believe that we are going into the longest bull run in the history of this industry. Right now, the longest bull run. And if I look at what we were able to produce towards the end, 4 or 5 months of the last bull run, and I think about what we can produce in the next, plus we have built up a ton of resources and assets and everything else that we're going into it, that it's only, sunshine ahead, right? That will grow. And by the way, guys, there'll be run-ups and there'll be runs down. Oh my goodness. Over the next 2 years with this bull run, there's going to be days where there's 30% corrections, 40% corrections. Your crypto portfolio is 100 grand and you wake up in the morning, it's $52,000. It's okay. It will come back, it will recover, and it will run again. But you need to be educated on when to do certain things. And that's where the system comes in. That's where nexWeb3 comes in. Having a community of people to discuss and using collective intelligence to start figuring out, oh, wait a minute, this has been a record run. The last dip, I called it. Absolutely called it. Why? Because historically, Bitcoin had never run positively for more than, I think it was 8 weeks. And we were in week 7. Oh, there's a dip coming. Guess what Peter did? Peter moved a good portion of his assets into stablecoin. About 4 or 5 days later, I'm like, ooh, maybe I made a mistake. On day 5, 6, I didn't make a mistake. I made the right move, the right call. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to call those because I'm not a financial advisor. But as a community, we can do that together. We can figure this stuff out together, guys, as a community. And we can all do better as a community than as an individual. All right, guys. So I appreciate you guys. We're going to get the packages revamped here in the next couple of weeks. And look, if recruiting or sharing this with other people is not for you, I'm not trying to pressure anybody for doing it. We are going to make this work no matter what. That's literally what it comes down to. If you just want to sit there and sit on the sidelines, I'm okay with it. Will you miss out on opportunity if you're sitting on the sidelines? Yes. Will you catch the opportunity that we build off of what we've done? Yes. So all the answers are yes. It just depends on where you want to play in it. How much do you want? With the largest shift in wealth in human history, what really I advise you to do, not as a financial advisor, but as an information advisor, is to sit down and figure out tonight, tomorrow, how big of a piece of the Web3 space do you want? Would you like to, in the next 2 years, make $2 million, $4 million, $5 million, $50 million, $100 million? Figure that out. But remember, the bigger the number, the more sacrifice it will take, delayed gratification it will take, and the more resources you have to put in it. Okay? Does that make sense, guys? And we need a bigger community. The bigger the community gets, the more leverage we have towards getting there. So the bigger the number, the more delayed gratification. Meaning you can't make 10 grand on a token and then go buy a new fancy hat, right? Or purse or whatever you're going to buy, right? New motorcycle. You got to take that and you got to put it back into projects and keep it growing. You have to keep leveraging it, right? the time that you put in is, you know, you're not going to make $10 million if you're putting in 2 minutes a day, right? You're going to have to put in more time, connect with the community, spend some time on Telegram. I mean, not Telegram, on X and in Discord, communicating, getting involved with it. Make this a priority in your life. Web3 is not just something you happen to, you know, spend, you know, an hour a week getting on a call or a couple hours a week. You're actively doing something every single day to move this forward. And when it comes to resources, you have to look at it and say, you know, if I can put in $20 a week or $200 a week, of course, if you put in 20 and you 100x it, you put in 200 and you 100x it, you do the math. And if you're able to do that consistently every single week for the next 52 weeks, $10,400, let's say it's, or $1,040 if it's $20, then that's going to help determine, because if you're going to get a multiplier on it, 38x, 200x, 300x, well, you know, that's going to help determine what it is. And that's up for each person to decide, guys. I'm not somebody putting 10,000 in or $10. To me, you're the same. You're a person that I care about and that I want to win financially. But it's really up to you to decide on that side of it. It's not, this is not socialism or communism or whatever it may be, where everybody gets the same. This is ROVC, return on value created. There's several ways to create value: your time, your intelligence, your energy, your resources, finances, your network. Those are all parts of it. And whoever, ROVC is return on the value created. I create by putting in more resources, then I'm going to make more than somebody else. More time, more collective, you know, intelligence, more, all that stuff is going to lead me to getting a bigger piece than somebody who's done less. And if somebody does more than me, then they have the opportunity to make more than me. I believe that there's something called the law of compensation. And the more accurate you are on a compensation in a model, the bigger the model can get. If the right people are rewarded in the law of compensation, then the model has the ability to create more wealth. And that's what I believe Web3 is. I believe Web3 is the absolute dialed in formula for compensation, for rewards. And that's why it's doing so well. It's why it's been able to overcome government after government after government trying to shut it down. We all think that they sat there and they let it go. They didn't let anything go, guys. They tried to stop it at the banking level. China tried to ban it. India tried to ban it. The list goes on and on and on and on. Pakistan has it banned still right now. Country after country has tried to stop cryptocurrency, blockchain, Web3, and they can't do it. Does that tell you how powerful of a technology this is? Do me a favor, guys. On a scale of 1 to 10, just knowing that no government on this planet has been able to shut down Web3, cryptocurrency, blockchain, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, where do you guys rate this thing? As being a technology that is absolutely mind-blowing, spectacular. That's what it is. It's not the fact that the cryptocurrencies are going up in value. It's the value proposition of the technology. And to me, that proves that the technology has value beyond the power of any government on this planet, including the US government, including... Do you think Gensler wants to approve an ETF? How many people on here think, yes, he wants to, or no, he does not want to? Will you watch tomorrow when one gets approved anyway? because the power of what this is, decentralization, blockchain, Web3, is above and beyond the power of even the President of the United States, the head of the SEC, the head of China, the head of India. It is more powerful than that, guys. That is a technology that can create massive wealth. That is what we're sitting on right here with the Web3. And I still believe there's communities bigger than us. I still believe we can build the biggest, most dynamic community in the history of Web3. And that means ROVC. Our community will create more value than any other community. So what does that mean? We will receive more digital wealth than any other community out there. And I don't care, Bitcoin community, I don't care, already started way ahead of us, $1 trillion already in wealth they've created. I believe that we can do this, guys. We can make this happen. There are chains out there right now that are launching that are $5 million chains, that if they had the right community behind them, they have better technology than Sol has. They have better technology than Ethereum, better technology than these other ones. And they're teams of brilliant people. But guess what? They don't know how to market. They don't know how to build a community. We become that community for them. We take part in their $1 trillion chain right from the beginning. If we would have helped launch Cosmos, guys, Cosmos has done literally hundreds of millions of dollars in airdrops. Just about every product that they've launched has done an airdrop. Imagine if we would have met the Cosmos founders when they first started with a community of 50,000 people, said, we'll bring you 50,000 people tomorrow, but we want to be a core part of this thing. We want an airdrop, and we want to be in all the other airdrops. How much wealth would we have created for that community? Probably over $1 billion right now. Right now. Not in a year of a bull run. Right now, we would have created over $1 billion. What if Vitalik, when he started it, said, oh my God, there's a community of 50,000 people who will start using my chain and start using my stuff for transactions, and I can get this thing off the ground. I don't have to build it one person at a time. That'd be pretty cool. What if we were the core of launching the next Ethereum? How much wealth do you think that would create? I'd like for people to put in a real number. How much wealth do you think that if we help the next Ethereum, because we have a big enough community, how much wealth do you guys think that would build? I can tell you, at least 500 billion. You know why? Because that's what the Ethereum network is worth right now. The tokens, the projects that have built on it are worth about $500 billion right now. It's pretty easy. And again, it's at the tail end of a bear market. Ethereum itself is what? 200-something billion dollar market cap, and then all the projects that are built on it. Look what Sol just did. Guys, this is not set in stone. The top blockchains have not been set in stone. They're starting to. They're not set in stone. There are still going to be startups. I did a video the other day talking about Elk Finance. They're pretty much an Oracle type bridge competing against companies like Coinbase. I mean, Chainlink. There you go. Got it. See, I just had to snap my fingers a few times. Chainlink. Chainlink right now is valued, I think, $9 billion, $10 billion. I watched a thing that from somebody who made a prediction that Chainlink at one point will be the dominant connector of all the chains, because that's what they're doing, right? They're connecting all the chains together. And in that, they will be worth $1 trillion. Maybe it is Chainlink, or maybe a Moose Finance or Elk Finance, Elk Finance, or someone like that actually beats them to it. Or maybe it's Muon. I got to tell you right now, I've talked to Reza. Muon's technology is better than Chainlink's. They're just a smaller entity that need to fight their way through to get there. And if we had a community of 50, 75,000 people, we could help do that. What would it be worth to that project? What would it be worth to the people that created the ROVC, return on value created? Bam. Wealth, guys. Digital wealth. That is where we're at right now. We're at the doorway of the biggest transfer of wealth in human history. How much do you want? If it's a lot, then we need to talk to everybody we know and grow this community. If it's some, you could probably do that on your own, right? With the community, being involved with us, right? But you can do it. Just follow the steps and you can get a piece of it. With that, guys, I'm going to say thank you for joining us tonight. I know I said I was going to do a presentation last week this time, but I think there's more important information to get out than going over again the details on it. If somebody needs a presentation for what nexWeb3 is, just let me know. We can jump on a Zoom and I can walk you through it. Ultimately, though, it's just about us coming together as a community, as a DAO, decentralized autonomous organization, and with the one narrow focus, and that is to create digital wealth for every single member of the community. Thanks, guys.